Now I ain't gonna front with y'all. It's a soap opera out there. I'm talking about pure drama. Now we found out that 2K trying to undercut EA. I can't even make this up. So we got a lot to talk about in this video. So without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to the video.
If you don't know, it's brutal sim on the scene, wicked and mean. With the next video on this YouTube thing, we got 2K news and rumors. Don't forget the tutorials and tips. Turn your my player to a bad man and rule the sticks. No matter the mode, record or park, even my career brute will get you a good start. Hit the like button, don't forget the notifications. Comment down below and welcome to the Brute Squad Nation.
So you don't know. Your boy Brutal Sim on the scene, wicked and mean, with a next video for y'all, man. So by now you know we gotta start the video off the right way. So if you're in the comment section, type first, second, third, noting on Brute Squad, I gotta put y'all up there just to show y'all some love, man. Much love, much respect. Now about June 30th or so, EA broke the internet. Let's be honest, everybody and their grandma was talking about it with a simple caption and an image, and the caption was "Bring the madness, let's run it back, hashtag CBB, hashtag it's in the game." And they pretty much was telling us that they're working on a college basketball game. And I ain't gonna front with y'all, the 2K community went buzzing. They went crazy. They were like, finally we got some competition. Then we found out we gotta wait till 2028. Now the hype died down a little bit, but yo, as I'm looking at it right now, they got 34 million views, and everybody and their grandma was talking about it and still hype about it. Although we gotta wait a few years, we like, finally, at least we know something is coming down the pipeline. Now 2K sat back and watched all that clout, watch all that hype, watch all that hate, and they decided to respond on X as well with this cryptic post saying the campus has been quiet for too long. And I was like, what? It was like, finally, more competition? Now 2K and EA will be going at it for a college basketball game. Then we got some more info and found out that EA actually has acquired an exclusive license. They are the only ones who will be allowed to make a simulated college basketball experience. Then we like, what the hell was 2K talking about? Now we got some more info. This was actually broken by Mac Brown on X, what we formerly known as Twitter. Hope I didn't butcher your name, my G. The quick vacation break to drop in some reporting. We've obtained 2K's proposal for a college basketball video game, which was a DLC attached to NBA 2K. That does not necessarily sound like a bad thing. And I'm gonna explain to y'all a little bit why later in the video. That here's what's cool they plan to include, their proposed royalties and more. We got a lot of details on it, y'all. I can't even make this up. Now, I'm not gonna read the entire article, only the things that stand out to your boy. Now let's find out how this got leaked in the first place. Apparently 2K actually broke their own non-disclosure agreement. So according to the article, on July 11th, CLC sent another note to conferences because of a non-disclosure agreement. CLC wrote, it hadn't been able to share the details of 2K's proposal, but in the wake of the CLC recommendations of EA's proposal, so the CLC actually chose EA over 2K. 2K started to feel a type of way. That's a bar. I can't even make this up. They say 2K contacted schools directly, undermining the CLC recommendation, by the way, trying to take out that middleman, go straight to the seller. Yes, I'm saying it. They actually tried to cut the corners. They said, nah, we don't like how y'all just give EA that. Nah, we gotta find a different way. Okay, so they actually contacted the schools directly with its own proposal, asking them to delay approval of the EA game. In effect, that broke the NDA, and CLC is now sharing the 2K plan widely. Tell me this ain't drama for y'all. Tell me this ain't drama. So 2K had an NDA, right? And in turn, they saw the results and like, nah, we don't like it. Let's go directly to schools and see if we could get something signed up real quick, y'all. Let's go, because we do have a lot of clout with 2K. 2K been successful for the past few years, been the most dominant video game. So what if y'all could be part of the most dominant basketball game? There'll be more promotion for college basketball. There'll be more clout. There'll be a lot of extra things, plus money, plus money. But anyways, let's continue on. Let's check out this proposal real quick. The 2K Sports proposed a non-exclusive model for a limited number of D1 basketball teams that would be a 5v5 tournament gameplay format integrated into its NBA 2K game, My Team mode via downloadable content, DLC, to the separate purchase in addition to the purchase of the NBA game. The 2K would assess the viability of a standalone college basketball game that would be contingent on some measurable milestones for 2K28. So it was dropping around the same time that EA would be dropping, by the way. Including DLC, sales had to meet or exceed 3 million and have a 50% propensity to buy a full game from consumer survey. Any commitment for a standalone college basketball game would come at 2K's discretion after the assessment. So basically 2K is saying we are not necessarily sure a college basketball game will be successful, but what we will do is integrate it and then test the market out and see how much of a demand there is for a college basketball game. Now I know y'all looking at 2K crazy, but this does make sense from a business standpoint when it comes to 2K, because 2K and both EA and 2K made college basketball games in the past, and there's a reason why it stopped. It didn't just stop because they just want to stop college basketball games. It stopped mainly because college basketball games has not been that successful when it comes to sales. NBA games has always done way better. Let's be honest, most of us don't even watch college basketball or even care about college basketball. In fact, me personally, I think the women college basketball is more popular than men's college basketball now. Might be because of a lot of reasons, maybe the one and done, whereas women college basketball players tend to go throughout their entire 4 years, so you tend to know these players a little bit more than the men's basketballers. But there's a lot of different conversations need to be had when it comes to that, but we're not gonna dive into that. Now, the article continues to say the original CLC memo laid out the terms of EA Sports proposal, stating that EA was the only company that had submitted a bid for a standalone arcade simulation featuring every man and woman's basketball team in D1. This new memo is consistent with that assessment. 2K proposal was for a non-exclusive model for a limited number of D1 teams that would be a 5v5 tournament gameplay format integrated into the NBA 2K game. NBA 2K promised to assess the viability of standalone game as early as 2030. As early as 2030, that's different for the standalone game. So they will put it out 2028 to test out the market, and by 2030, they would assess if they will actually invest in the standalone game, assuming the initial release met certain milestones. It also proposed a limited number of teams, 16 total teams from the men's and women's game in year 1, 32 in year 2, and 68 in year 3. So you see the plan, very simple, test the market out, start with a few teams, probably the most popular 16 teams, then based on the demand, we'll add in a lot more. Let me know which one would y'all choose. Would y'all choose the one with the exclusive rights, or would y'all choose 2K's proposal, which is we'll add y'all to the most popular basketball game, the most dominant basketball game out there, and then we'll see if there's a demand for it, and then we'll assess the situation. So there's a few perspectives right here. I understand both sides. I just gotta be honest. I understand EA trying to look for a way to jump back in the basketball arena and want to be very cautious because they understand the power that 2K yields in this arena. So they understand better than y'all say. Y'all always say, yo, let EA come back, but y'all shown a history of being kind of wishy-washy and jumping ship easy. Y'all ain't showing no loyalty to EA at all until 2K start messing up and getting greedy. After they kick EA out of the market, they start getting extreme with it. So EA saying, if we jumping back, I want the exclusive license. I don't gotta worry about 2K coming here and just causing a lot of stress on my end. Of course, I don't approve of exclusive license. That's neither here nor there. As a company, you gotta do whatever you need to do to protect your money, right? So it does make sense. And I also understand 2K standpoint that we already have a really successful basketball game. And looking at the history of college basketball games, they don't do that well. They don't. So we have to approach this with caution. We don't just want to go and tell our shareholders that we're throwing out a bunch of money and then show up with a loss. A lot of people gonna lose jobs. We gotta approach this with caution. So what we want to do is test it out in the most popular basketball franchise. We're gonna put y'all in there. We got a lot of eyes. So then we're gonna test and see what the demand is before we go all the way in about 2 years after. We're gonna put the main teams, the most popular teams, put them as downloadable content and see how much gets sold. And we're gonna try to maximize on it as much as possible, reach certain thresholds, and then we're gonna make our decisions. I do understand that as well. So I don't necessarily knock any of these companies for taking an approach, but that just might be me. But I do look at 2K kind of way for kind of undercutting the CLC. I ain't gonna front. That's dirty, 2K. That's dirty. See, my non-disclosure don't mean nothing to y'all. And y'all love to give people these non-disclosures, ain't it? But y'all got the lawyers to fight it, ain't it? That's crazy that they broke their own non-disclosure agreement just to try to undercut the CLC. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Let me know your thoughts about this whole drama between EA and the CLC and 2K. It's looking to be a movie, y'all. I can't even make this up. So till next time, how blessed and be safe out there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know your boy gonna always put y'all up on game and keep y'all up to date on everything in the 2K community. How blessed and be safe out there, y'all. Peace.